Hey kids, Dale LePage here.
And I'm Tina Marie Billing.
Welcome to another episode of Pride TV. We've got a great show coming at you, so stay tuned.
Come in, sit back, relax. We've got your Pride TV. We're bringing you some Pride TV. We've got so much to share right here on Pride TV. We're bringing you your Pride TV.
And now, Pride TV with Dale LePage.
Hi everyone. Hi Dale, it's me, Miss Lady Sabrina, and if I look a little different, that's because I've been painted by Miss Ivy Ligoderia. Look at me, I'm a woman! Alright, so let's get to the topic at hand today. The topic today is toxic people. What defines a toxic person? How do you know you're hanging out with one, and if you are, what can you do about it? So let's talk about what a toxic person is, really. It's not that the whole person is toxic. It's rather their behavior is toxic or your relationship with the person is toxic. Often the person is deeply wounded for whatever reason and they're not able yet to take responsibility for their wounding. Their feelings or their needs or their subsequent problems in life. This may have them act as a victim, a bully, a perfectionist, a martyr. They act from these parts trying to get their needs met, albeit any extremely unhealthy way. It's common for people with toxic behavior to kind of create drama in their lives or be surrounded by it or try to manipulate and control others, maybe be needy. It's all about them all the time. They use others to meet their needs, such as narcissistic parents. They may be extremely critical of themselves and others, or be jealous or envious of others. What also feels toxic to you has to do with your reaction to it. Your reactions may include feeling betrayed, withdrawing, numbness of yourself, or being overly accommodating. This happens when healthy boundaries are crossed and we let go of our values. Both people play a role in toxic interactions, so it's important to consider your role as well. These are signs that you are surrounded by a toxic person. Okay, you're emotionally affected by their drama. You dread or fear being around them. You're exhausted or you feel angry while you're with them or after your interaction. You're stuck in a cycle of trying to rescue or fix them. The other person doesn't respect the word no as a complete sentence. And when you're with them, you feel like you're walking on eggshells. You ignore your own values, you're emotionally checked out, you feel like you're being controlled, or you're being overly controlling. Again, it's important to explore your own role, in the interaction. For instance, how do you compromise your own values or boundaries? Do you lash out because you feel misunderstood or not listened to? Do you withdraw because this is how you react to criticism? What do you do with a toxic relationship? Here's a few suggestions. Tell the person how you feel in an assertive way. Use I statements, for example. Like, when you act this way, I feel. What I need is this. The reason I am sharing my feelings and needs with you is because blank and because I love you. I want to build a healthy relationship with you, etc. Set and maintain your boundaries. Focus on taking care of yourself. Find ways to protect yourself from their unhealthy behaviors. Reflect on the relationships and consider how you're caught in an unhealthy cycle. For relating to the person, for instance, you might be making excuses for them or trying to fix them. If the person's toxic behavior doesn't change, or the relationship is just too toxic for you, send them forward in life with love and compassion, and then move forward with your own life. Ending the relationship may be painful, particularly if you have a long history with the person, but ultimately, you will have created a space for a much healthier and far more nourishing relationship in your life. Take care of you. Focus on your needs. And if these people are in your life, you have to reevaluate the situation. Save what you can and discard what you can't. Your needs are important too. So I hope this helps. I will see you all next month with another letter. Love and light. Lady Sabrina.
Pride TV is presented by Fallon Health and sponsored by Remax Vision, Bay State Savings Bank, Safe Homes, Paul Chasen Interior Design, Nuovo Restaurant, Dr. Frank P. Fetchner Plastic Surgery, Art Reach, Root and Press Cafe and Bookstore, Herd Strategy and Storytelling, Castanetti Realty Group, and Eastern Bank.
We are here now with our first guest. This is Tracy Welch from
The South Coast LGBTQ Network.
the South Coast LGBTQ Network.
Yes.
And this is not your first time on the show. You were here about, what, 2 years ago or so?
2+ maybe, but I was at the Worcester location.
You were at the, oh, that's right. Now, one of the things I wanted to have you back because you guys are, first of all, you guys are absolutely killing it in social media. Whoever is doing your social media, bravo. Who's doing that? You are.
Sorry.
You are.
that part I'm doing.
That's
yes.
for you.
I mean, honestly, I see all you do for your organization. I see it on Facebook. I see it on Instagram. You guys are the stories, Instagram stories. Like you guys are, you're doing such a great job. So bravo for that, because it's not easy to take the time to do all that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Do you find it hard to find interesting content, or just a constant
You
flow
know,
of good stuff?
I oversee a few pages and
Yep.
just kind of pull out the information, what's pertinent.
Yep.
Sharing resources, I think, is the most thing that we can do.
Right.
Heartfelt stories, what's going on with youth and LGBTQ individuals and families in the South Coast.
Right. Full disclosure, Tracy does have access to the Pride TV Facebook page, and thank you for that, because she posts a lot of events that are coming up. So if you're wondering what's coming up in the New England area, a lot of events get posted on the Pride TV Facebook page, and we've got, I think, 12,000 members who are, it's a very active page, and I'm really happy for that, so thank you for that.
I appreciate the ad.
Now, let's talk about you, how you got started with this organization, and what it's flourished into, because it's really growing.
Oh, sure. So about 6 years ago, we used to get funding from the Lipsky-Whitaker, and the money was soon to go away because everyone keeps taking money from the fund. So somebody said, well, why don't the people that are, I don't want to say attacking the money, but going for the money,
Yep.
form some sort of group together. So about 8 individuals, groups in the South Coast got together. It was the YWCA, Fairhaven Counseling on Aging, our own youth group, NB Agley, which I'm one of the adult advisors for. UMass had a sexual gender identity was part of it. There was 8 of us. And we just sat around a table saying, how can we help each other out and what can we do?
So what did you take from that meeting?
So what's funny is, I know offline we talked about how I'm probably going to cry.
Yes.
But people wanted us to be called the Q Network, the Queer Network.
The 8 companies?
Yeah. So
Okay.
some of the people, but the Fairhaven Counseling on Aging said, no, we don't like the word queer at all. So with our youth group kids that were there and the seniors, we sat down and said, okay, why? Tell these kids, I've heard the stories of why. Tell the kids why you don't want the word queer, you don't want Q at all. And they said, because we're beaten up, you're a faggot, you're queer, we get beaten up all the time. So then our kids are like, wow, we didn't know you had it like that. So we said to the kids, well, tell the adults, the seniors, why you want the word queer. And our kids are like, well, I'm queer, and what are you going to do about it? They're taking that back, and they're taking ownership of it. So if on our logo, our original logo, it was an umbrella with LGBT, and the Q was in the handle of the umbrella. So the seniors understood that the Q needed to be there, but they didn't want it prominent. And I think sometime during the show, you're going to show our new logo. So
Yes.
we work with the
we'll
team.
show your new logo right now.
There you go. Kerry joined from marketing. We have a marketing team now. and the logo stayed. We really needed that umbrella to understand where we came from 6 years ago, trying to tell the story about keeping the Q. So we're going to be the LGBTQ plus network.
Okay.
Because we know that Q for us stands for queer and questioning. But the plus now, two spirits, asexual, intersect, there's
Yeah.
panromantic,
Yeah.
there's, I mean, there's so
Yes.
many things
Yes.
Yep.
going forward that, going for our corporate look, if you want to call it that.
It's a
we're
really
now-
nice logo, by the way.
Yeah, it was like the umbrella was needed to stay. They looked at different things. It was like a cube-looking thing, maybe a rainbow cross, which I kept saying it was a cross, not the plus. And we're like,
Right.
then people might think we're a religious group, even though we support a lot of UU churches in our area. So we came and I said, you know what? I took a picture of an umbrella with multicolors. I sent it along, and then our marketing guy carried an amazing job, came up to that logo that's left to right, and it can go stand up and down, and we have it in black. So it's been an amazing, journey for us so far.
Getting back for a second to the terminology of queer, being the queer word itself. I had, because I'm 60, so my frame of reference for the word queer was usually with a beer bottle being thrown at my head, or threatened to be beat up, or like chased down the street kind of thing. So it took me a while. This show really helped me in that aspect, because when I first started the show, I'm like, I didn't like the word.
Yeah.
It was such a negative connotation. And then through the years of being on this show, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
queer. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah. So you take back the word, you own the word. But I do find it interesting that you said that the youth that you were speaking to didn't realize that the older generation had that kind of a feeling about the word and what it really meant to them. So I'm glad that they learned about that too.
Well, at our youth center, NB Bagley, we're part of the Bagley organization in Massachusetts. We actually have.
Explain what Bagley is, please.
Sure, Boston Alliance of Gay and Lesbian Youth, or we're New Bedford Alliance of Gay and Lesbian Youth. They're all over Massachusetts. I believe there's like 13, possibly 14 now, different chapters and groups. But we actually have the stuff of marriage equality from '04 and the articles before it was passed at our youth center. We just had a 50th anniversary Stonewall event, and we actually have David Velasquez Bermudez speak.
Oh.
And he actually was able to tell, the kids, we had 250 people attend our event this past June. And the kids hearing the story and understanding, what happened 50 years ago.
Right.
Right.
We celebrated 50 years of 50 years of Stonewall, 30
Stonewall.
years of marriage equality.
Yep.
15 years of marriage equality, but 30 years, we weren't allowed 30 years ago in public accommodation based on sexual orientation.
Right.
30 years ago in Massachusetts. And it was the 5th anniversary of our first event for the network, celebrating a decade of marriage equality.
So it was a really big celebration.
It was, and it kicked off our Pride. So we are the first Saturday in June, and then obviously it goes Boston, Rhode Island, Providence, and then
Yeah.
Cape Cod has one now again.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Plymouth started one up this year.
No, I did not
Yeah,
know that.
so Plymouth is having a Pride, and under our umbrella, which I love the umbrella, Fall River Pride last year came under our 501c3.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
so we guys can, again, we are a 501c3, and AHA Pride in New Bedford is arts, history, and architecture. Had their first we had our first gay Pride event. They're open businesses, art galleries, things like that, open the second Thursday of every month for arts, history, and architecture. And it was the first year in 20-year history of AHA that we actually had an AHA Pride. So I'm actually on the AHA Pride committee as well.
You're doing amazing
Yeah.
things.
But it's just, we have so many kids that are
Tracy,
in
I'm
need
so
right
proud
now.
of you.
I know, I appreciate that, But if we can help that one kid, we lost 2 kids to suicide a few years ago at our center. And I know we're on can't tell how much time we have.
Yeah. We got about a minute. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so our network, hopefully, we just bought property. We put our bid in, and
Good.
60.
Bravo for
yeah.
having enough funds to buy property. I know
Well,
how
what
hard
happened
it
was we put the bid in, and somebody just gave us a donation of $20,000.
Oh, wow.
So the property is $15,000 and
Yeah.
$5,000 for the website. So it'll be on 8th Street in New Bedford. It's right across from the UU Church, an old building.
is it going to be a community center?
It'll
Is
be
that
an
what it is?
LGBTQ community center. It's 3 floors. The 4th floor will be a thrift store for transitioning folks to kind of go in and
that's
shop and
wonderful.
have to worry about where to get clothes, things like that. We'll
So
actually
proud of
have office space on the top, hopefully rotating doctors in and out, and get like our own little Fenway down in New Bedford where we can represent from Cape Cod, to Providence, Rhode Island.
How can people get involved with this? It sounds
Sure.
just
So you can hit us
wonderful.
up on Facebook, South Coast LGBTQ Network, until we change everything done.
Yeah.
You can hit me up, Tracy, TRACI at SCLGBTQnetwork.org. I know that's why we're changing it, But our website, SCLGBTQnetwork.org, and kind of go on the website, see everything that we're doing,
Yeah.
and promote. And this year, again, June.
And what you do is, we're running down, we've got like 30 seconds, but I just
Yeah.
want to say thank you, because what I see you do also on social media is you cross-promote with
Yeah.
other events and stuff. So that is brilliant.
Yes.
And I've basically said bravo 16 times to you during this
appreciate it.
interview. So bravo to you. And it's for others, people who are in your organization. I know it's not just one person, it's a bunch of people. So
And we're
thank you.
volunteer. We only have one paid position. We're all
Wonderful.
volunteers.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing some of your knowledge and kindness with us.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll be back with more.
Hey, it's me, Amy T, with another episode of Experimental Comedy Therapy. For the last month, I went out into the community and I did random acts of kindness every single day, or what I affectionately like to call the Nice Bucket Challenge. I truly had a great time. I think the most challenging part, honestly, was trying to remember to get everything on tape. So for now, I want you to enjoy the highlight reel and see if you can't come up with a few of your own and challenge your friends. Thank you. All right. Enjoy your day. You too. I'm going to spend a few hours this morning cleaning up an overgrown garden in my neighborhood. I'll tell you, half the work isn't so much cleaning it out as it is walking up that hill to my house. I did 5 tarps, 2 wheelbarrows, and I'm going to go into Barnes & Noble and leave some inspirational post-it notes in some different books. I think we're gonna leave this one in the Whole 30 cookbook. Really, they never make the opening for these bins big enough. So as people come in, you can buy the copy for them. Absolutely painless, not a big deal, easy enough to do. Check out your local redcross.org and I'm sure see a penny, pick it up, all the day you'll have good luck. I'm gonna leave random pennies out and about today. I've probably been out maybe about 7 minutes and went about 25 feet and already picked up a significant amount of trash. Come on, America, we can do better than that. Nothing litters like Dunkin' Donuts. I figured after picking up trash at the beach, I deserved to stop at Dairy Queen. Hey, honey, want to help me finish my video?
Right now?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the Nice Bucket Challenge. It was fun to watch Amy do everyday's acts of kindness, which she does every day. But we're hoping maybe you can nominate 2-3 of your friends to go out and do some nice acts of kindness.
Bring joy to the world. Until next time, this is Amy T.
And I'm Amy T's wife.
Thank you.
Hey guys, Dale LePage here for Pride TV. I'm going to start this interview by saying that I am just in awe of this guy right here. First of all, I want to introduce you to
David Connor, Worcester Historical Museum.
Now, the reason that I've asked David to be with us today on this show is because I want to give him a standing ovation and a pat on the back because he has done some really great things for his community, our community. And I want to start off by saying you were part of the Worcester Historical Museum for how long now?
It's been about a year and a half.
And from that year and a half, did you know from the get-go that you really wanted to bring the LGBTQ community into more of the mainstream of this city?
No, actually, I think what happened was The exhibit and what unfolded in the exhibit kind of revealed a lot to everybody that was at the table. So we worked with 3 curators and 2 people from the museum as a core panel of people, and then we worked with the community advisory board. So things started unfolding, and what we realized is that there have been multiple attempts at building a very strong community here in Worcester in terms of LGBTQ activism, business, all of those things. So a lot of this has unfolded as a result of the exhibit.
Now, one of the things that I don't think our viewers realize is you mentioned exhibit, but I want you to tell them what the exhibit was.
So about a year and a half ago, we started chronicling the lives of LGBTQ folks in Worcester County. So this kind of exhibit is really unique to the United States and to Worcester because it's not just top-down history, it's community history. So we went out and we started interviewing folks. We started with our elders, LGBTQ elders, interviewing them and asking them what their experience has been like being queer in Worcester. So kind of piecing that together and working alongside our guest historians from Holy Cross, Clark University, and WPI, we kind of incorporated the oral histories that we collected over the year and a half into the larger mainstream narrative of queer history and down to the local. So we kind of pieced it all together, and I think that's really special about this work.
Now, the stories that you've collected, book?
Yes, we just actually, today is the first day. It's on sale. We released an LGBTQ catalog. There's a debate whether it's a book or a catalog, but it's 116 pages of stories and images of artifacts and the chronicling of the history itself.
And it's officially on sale today?
Yes, $28.
I will be buying one.
Thank you.
All right. So let me just finish this interview by saying thank you once again. And for people to find out more that's happening at the Worcester Historical Museum website, things like that.
www.worcesterhistory.org. And we also have, if you want to learn more about the LGBTQ exhibit specifically, lgbtqinthewoo.org. And that's kind of a public archive that we're building through what we call Digital Worcester. And that's going to be available for public access. It's already available, and we're building upon it now. So if you are a researcher, a student, anybody just interested in queer history, you can go to this website and see the story of Worcester itself.
Wonderful. Brilliant. Thank you. Hey, kids, we're back, and now I am with
Grace Moreno.
who is the Executive Director of the LGBTQ Chamber of Commerce. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, tell our viewers at home what the Chamber of Commerce is, when did it form, what it does, what its mission statement is, and what you do there.
Great. So the Massachusetts LGBT Chamber of Commerce is the first chamber of commerce that's statewide. And what we do is we really focus on inclusive relationships between the LGBT community and the sources that are going to help the LGBT community have a higher financial profile. So through work with the state on supplier diversity, we work with companies that are business owners and LGBT certified to be able to have contracts with some of the big names that are our corporate partners, to be able to get contracts with the state. We are the first state in the country that have a governor who signed Executive Order 565 that gives a special permission and a special privilege to LGBT certified businesses to be a part of the supplier diversity program with the state. Okay. So if you're certified as an LGBT owned business, you are able to compete for some of those contracts.
Okay. Certification is done by the state?
No, so certification is done by our affiliate in Washington, D.C., called the NGLCC, and being a member of our chamber will give you the certification for free through that organization. Okay. And our organization helps organizations that are LGBT owned and companies be able to go through the certifying process.
Now, if there's one takeaway from this interview, what would you want it to be?
I really want the community to know that when there was a time that being out was not good for your business, this is not that time. This time that we have right now is being a very forward state that wants to do business with the LGBT community, that the governor has put in place safeguards for that to happen, and that the corporate sector of business in Massachusetts is seeking LGBT-owned business owners because they want to spread the wealth of their spend. They really want to be able to spend in women-owned businesses, in minority-owned businesses, and in our state, LGBTQ-owned businesses.
Right. Right. Now, if people at home want to get a hold of you, which I know they will, how are they going to do that? Website, Facebook pages?
Sure. So you can find us on Facebook, and you can also email us at info@malgbtcc.org. If you just Google Massachusetts LGBT Chamber, we come up, and then you'll have all our information there.
That is perfect. Thank you so much for sharing this great information with us today.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back. Hey kids, we are back now, and I am so happy to meet Jay because he is the owner of a bed and breakfast in Holyoke. Jay, what's your last name, please?
Candelario.
And where is the bed and breakfast?
My bed and breakfast is in the historical district of Holyoke, Massachusetts.
Now, how long have you owned it?
Approximately 4 years. Yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit about the B&B?
Well, the B&B is a kind of a full-service B&B, so I do catering events, weddings, bridal showers, baby shower, etc. Once a month brunch, overnight stay, and kind of a corporate or nonprofit retreats in the house. The house is about 140 years old. It was badly damaged, so I bought it and I restored it and I turned it into a bed and breakfast.
Now, let me step back into the frame here. There we go. It's all right. Now, you host all those events at your bed and breakfast. And do you do all the cooking?
Yes, I'm also a self-taught chef as well.
I
do.
love it.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, how many bedrooms does it have?
It has 5 bedrooms.
5 bedrooms. And now, if somebody comes into Holyoke, Mass, and goes on your website and wants to see what there is to do in Holyoke, do you recommend attractions and things like that that are around?
Yeah, there's many attractions. You have the children's museums. You got the Volleyball Hall of Fame, which is in the city of Holyoke. Holyoke is the birth of volleyball. You got the Basketball Hall of Fame. You have the new casino in Springfield. You have all the different colleges and in the surrounding areas. I'm surrounded by Smith, Mount Holyoke, UMass, Amherst, Winnick, etc. So surrounded by a lot of different things. You got the Zoos Museum. You got other museums similar to this one.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about how to get to know you and your B&B. Websites, phone numbers, things like that?
Well, my website is jaysbedandbreakfast.com, and the phone number is 718-496-9857. You can look on the website. You can see a list of different things that we do. We can kind of accommodate all those different events and different people. I just did a retreat at the house for a corporate retreat, so it was fun, yeah.
This is wonderful.
Thank you.
I'm so
thank
happy
you.
for you. It sounds like it's going really well.
It is coming along. It's a struggle, but you got to
Yeah,
make things
like
happen.
everything.
Yeah, got to make things happen.
All right, check out his B&B and his website. We'll be back with more.
Hi, I'd like to tell you about Karma Cat Rescue for Marlborough and Hudson, Massachusetts. The goal of Karma is to reduce the number of homeless cats in our community. They are able to do this through several avenues, including a successful adoption program with over 325 adoptions per year, and a robust neuter return program that provides spay, neuter, and vaccination services to over 100 feral cats per year. They also offer rehoming services for individuals and families who are no longer able to adequately care for their cat. They are an official rescue partner with PetSmart Charities. Cat Rescue of Marlborough and Hudson is 100% volunteer run and is a Massachusetts 501c3 nonprofit corporation. Donations to the Cat Rescue of Marlborough and Hudson are tax deductible. To contact Karma, call 508-460-2022, or for more information, go to www.karma.org.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching our episode of Pride TV. As always, I am so appreciative of your support and kindness that you show to me, the show, our Facebook page. It's all just so heartwarming. So thank you for watching our show and supporting us. And thanks to our sponsors.
Yes, who we couldn't do it without. Thank you so much.
We're going to end the show the way we always do by saying, please don't be afraid to shine your light.
Because you might be lighting the way for someone in need.
Until next time.